Caitlin Clark to the New York Liberty? Confirmed? You got circulating went viral of Caitlin Clark in the bowels of the Barclays Center with Liberty coach Sandy Brondello and Breanna Stewart.
The basketball world is on fire, and for good reason. What began as a routine post-game tunnel moment has quickly escalated into the hottest headline in women's basketball. Indiana Fever's franchise star Caitlin Clark was recently seen in what looked like a private discussion with New York Liberty standouts Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and head coach Sandy Brondello.
Well, we're going to talk about this little scene that took place after the Fever game last night in New York between Sandy Brondello and Caitlin Clark, the New York Liberty, and the agent. The agent. That is what makes this so...
But this wasn't your typical post-game chatter between rivals. Standing right there in the middle was Caitlin Clark's agent, Aaron Kane, instantly shifting the tone from casual conversation to something far more serious. Now, WNBA fans everywhere are asking the same burning question. Is the league's biggest star already plotting her departure from Indiana?
Many people is insinuating that Caitlin Clark could be trying to plan the outs of Indiana. Yes. People is already saying that Caitlin Clark could be trying to get the hell out of Indiana.
Following the Liberty's commanding 98-77 win over the Indiana Fever on Wednesday night, something highly unusual unfolded in the tunnel at Barclays Center. Although Caitlin Clark was sidelined with a lingering groin injury, she still made the trip to New York, a move that already had fans talking. But what happened next sparked a full-blown frenzy across the basketball world.
A WNBA team that have been very, very, very much in, they made it clear that they want Caitlin Clark, or they're eventually going to want Caitlin Clark. Along those lines, they made it very, very clear. And that team is the New York Liberty. And today, we have just seen the New York Liberty players, after the game, meeting up with Caitlin Clark. It is Stewie. It is Sabrina Ionescu. There is Sandy Brondello. And by the way, Stewie is not leaving New York the rest of her career. That is one thing that I will be 190.
Clark, accompanied by her agent Aaron Kane, was seen engaged in what looked like a focused and intentional discussion with Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello, along with stars Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu. The scene didn't feel like a random hallway run-in. It felt strategic. To many, it appeared to be a deliberate meeting between a rising superstar, her representation, and what's widely regarded as the gold standard franchise in women's basketball.
New York Liberty sent the blitz. Sandy, Sab, and Stewie are all talking to Caitlin Clark in the tunnel. So my guess is this right here happened at the conclusion of the game. This, my friends, is currently going viral all over social media right now. That is Caitlin Clark immediately after the game. Now, what's crazy is that her team lost the damn game, but Caitlin is all smiles. She's all...
Clark and the Liberty Stars were all smiles, sparking a viral moment that instantly fueled speculation about the nature of their conversation. For a player who's battled relentless challenges on the court, her ease and comfort around the Liberty's leadership was striking. To her supporters, it was a refreshing sight. But for Indiana Fever fans, it was a chilling glimpse of what could be. A future without their franchise cornerstone.
This is how it starts in sports. This is how it starts in the NFL. This is how it starts in the NBA. When you start seeing the wheels in motion, there's signs. There's signs before eventually a player gets traded. A player eventually marks their next destination. The Indiana Fever, you're on notice. You're on notice. You better recognize what you've got going on, the asset in front of you, and you do whatever you have to do to correct what is happening.
If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let's be real about what's happening in Indiana. The Fever came into the 2025 season with sky-high expectations. launching a bold, now you know campaign that promised dominance. They brought in seasoned vets like Dana Bonner and Natasha Howard, hoping to build a title contender around Caitlin Clark. But the reality? Indiana sits at 12-11, still searching for an identity. Injuries have taken their toll. Clark has already missed 11 games with various setbacks. And even when she's on the court, consistency has been hard to come by. One night, they look like real contenders. The next, they're getting blown out by teams they should handle with ease.
Imagine getting on national TV, being paid by ESPN, paid by CBS, and have the nerve to look at the viewing public, lie to them, and say the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. I'm curious, are those same people going to be on TV this evening, tomorrow morning? Are they going to look in the camera and double down on the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin?
From the very beginning, the way the organization has handled Caitlin Clark has raised serious questions. The WNBA even launched an investigation into alleged fan behavior at a Fever game, only to conclude there was no substantiated evidence. The league's response felt tone-deaf, especially toward a fan base that has delivered record-breaking attendance and viewership. On the court, things haven't been much better. Head coach Stephanie White has insisted on plugging Clark into her existing system instead of designing one around a once-in-a-generation talent. Trying to mold Caitlin Clark into a system not built for her isn't just a missed opportunity. It borders on coaching malpractice when you're working with the league's most marketable and impactful player.
I think the obvious issue is Stephanie White is so stubborn to fit a circle in a square peg instead of utilizing the strengths of the team. And she probably felt relief because Caitlin Clark was hurt that, oh, this is my time. I could introduce the culture and the system. And some actually bought in. And then when Caitlin Clark comes back, she doesn't know how to use her.
Now let's stack up Indiana's struggles against what's happening in New York. The Liberty aren't just the reigning WNBA champions. They're a franchise built for sustained dominance. With a powerhouse core of Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jonquil Jones, they've already formed what many consider a modern-day super team. Head coach Sandy Brondello is a proven winner. A two-time WNBA champion, she's known for bringing out the best in her players by tailoring her system to their strengths, not the other way around. Her player-first philosophy puts athletes in positions to succeed, and the results speak for themselves. The Liberty's roster is also far better constructed than Indiana's. They've surrounded their stars with perfect complementary pieces. Natasha Cloud brings veteran leadership and elite defense. Leonie Fiebig adds international versatility and flair. Even role players like Kennedy Burke and Maureen Johannes contribute valuable playoff and championship experience. But the real difference? Culture. Stewart has talked openly about instilling a championship mindset in New York, and it's clear that mentality runs through the entire organization. The Liberty aren't just chasing another title, they're building a dynasty.
But the Liberty have shown her love. We've seen that as a bit of a theme. There was the moment between Stewie and Clark when Clark came back from injury the first time. And then there were some nice words. I missed the moment myself of them posted up there for a second. But there were some nice words from Liberty coach Sandy Brondello that I did capture. And I thought they...
Imagine Caitlin Clark running point for a team that already boasts Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu. That's not just basketball, it's artistry. Clark's elite court vision and pinpoint passing would unlock endless scoring opportunities for Stewart's dynamic inside-out game and Ionescu's deadly range from beyond the arc. The offensive ceiling? Quite possibly the highest the WNBA has ever seen. But it's more than just on-court chemistry. The Liberty operate in the nation's biggest media market, backed by an ownership group that understands the value of star power. Clara Wu-Tsai and Joe Tsai, who also own the Brooklyn Nets, have made it clear they're all in on building a WNBA powerhouse. They've invested heavily in state-of-the-art facilities, elite coaching, and player development, outpacing many other franchises in the league. Add to that the Liberty's home court advantage at Barclays Center, one of the premier arenas in all of professional sports. The game day experience in Brooklyn is simply on another level compared to what Clark is used to in Indianapolis. The Liberty have built a destination franchise, one where top talent wants to play and where superstars can thrive. From a basketball perspective, the fit is seamless. Clark's game would elevate everyone around her. Her playmaking would amplify Stewart's versatility and Ionescu's sharpshooting, creating an offensive trio that would be nearly impossible to guard. With deep shooting threats all over the floor, how do you defend a team that can score from anywhere?
I think there is a 50-50 chance Caitlin Clark leaves Indiana after her rookie season. No, after rookie contract is up. Because I have a feeling that with all the restricted free agency and everything, I think they're going to try to get rid of all coring out of the CBA. I don't think coring is going to be a thing. I don't think coring is going to be a thing in the CBA. And obviously, look, you're going to have to core players. And they're going to have to core Aaliyah a year earlier than Caitlin. And if they're scared Aaliyah's going to leave, and if they're like, oh, we want to core and trade Caitlin, then Aaliyah leaves for nothing. And Caitlin leaves for nothing. So it's a bit of a weird one.